Hello, my dear students. I am Priyanka Koiri, your science teacher, and today we are going to start a very interesting chapter, that is heredity and evolution. Okay, so before going to the structure, the chapter, we must have some knowledge about reproduction. So, reproduction is a process in which or by which an organism produces its own kind. Okay, so reproduction is basically of two types. One is your asexual reproduction, and the next one is your sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction is those reproduction where only one parent is involved, and the offspring, that means the child or the next generation that comes through asexual reproduction, are usually similar to the parent. Okay, but but sexual reproduction is those reproduction where two parents are involved, and the next generation or the offspring that comes from sexual reproduction vary quite much from the parents. Okay, so reproductive process give rise to new individual that are similar but subtly different. Okay, some amount of variation is produced even during asexual reproduction. So just I have told you that asexual reproduction, in case of asexual reproduction, the organism are very much similar to their parents, but they are not completely similar to the parent. They have got some variations, some differences in it. Okay, the number of successful variations are maximized by the process of sexual reproduction. So just as I have told you that variations that are produced in sexual reproduction is more as compared to asexual reproduction. So here we must remember that reproduction, by the process of reproduction, new individuals are produced, and these new individuals are not exactly similar to the parent, no matter what type of reproduction it is. If it is sexual reproduction also, variations will be there, and if it is asexual reproduction also, variations will be there. But the point to be noted here is that the number of variations or differences will be maximum in case of sexual reproduction. Okay, so in this chapter we shall be studying about the mechanism by which variations are created and inherited, that is called heredity, and the long-term consequences of the accumulation of variations, which results in evolution. So heredity and evolution. So that is why the name of this chapter is your heredity and evolution. Here we will be studying the mechanisms and the what will be the mechanisms by which variations are produced, and how they are inherited from parents to the child or offspring, and their accumulation. Okay, so this is your evolution. In this diagram you can see that man evolved from like apes, no? So this is what it is shown here. Now the first concept we have to study in this chapter is accumulation of variation during reproduction. Okay, so how during reproduction variation is accumulated, or how it is accumulated, we are going to study now. Okay, so inheritance from the previous generation provides both a common basic body design and subtle changes in it for the next generation. It means that whatever we are inheriting from the previous generation, it gives us a similar body design. The normal body design will be same, but it will have certain changes in it. Okay, now think about what would happen when this new generation will reproduce. This next generation, if it reproduces, then what will happen? The second generation will have differences that they inherited from the first generation, as well as newly created variation, and this process continues. So variations in the subsequent generation, variations are accumulated. Okay, slowly variations get accumulated. Now let's try to understand this accumulation of variation with the help of a diagram. Okay, so here we are going to study about creation of diversity. Diversity means here variations over succeeding generation. Okay, so here can you see I think you can see the diagram clearly, that there is an organism which is shown by blue color. Complete the first one at the top is an organism which is shown by blue color. Now, organism at the top produces two individuals similar in body design but with subtle differences. So here the organism at the top, it is producing two organisms. One is shown in the left and the other one is shown in the right. But the body design is same, okay? But there are subtle differences in it. As you can see, the one in the left has red in his head portion, and the one in the right have the feet or the leg portion, it is green in color. Okay, so here this organism is giving rise to two different organisms, but they have got certain differences. Okay, now each of them in turn give rise to two individuals in the next generation. So now this organism, this red head one organism and the green feet organism is giving rise to two different individuals, right? Each individual at the bottom row will be different from each other. As you can see in the bottom row, all the organisms are different from each other, right? While some of these differences will be unique, as you can see in the leftmost corner of the bottom row, the hand is like it has got straight lines in it, whereas the second one, it has got pink colored hand. In the next one, as you can see, it has got its stomach or is in light blue color. So all these organisms are quite different from one another. So while all these differences will be unique, others will be inherited from the respective parents. As you can see, the red head one, the organism that are produced from red head one has got red head, plus they have this unique arm, right? Similarly, the organism that are produced from the green feet organism has got green feet, but other than green feet, they have certain other differences. So this is what it is saying from this diagram. It is saying that the variations are gets accumulated over the next generation or the succeeding generations. As you can see, now this four organisms at the bottom will now further divide, will now give rise to other organisms, and they will be different from one another. So this is how variations is accumulated in a generation. Okay, now the next concept we have to study is about variation is useful for the survival of species over time. Okay, so as we have seen how variation is accumulated in succeeding generations, now we are going to study about whether this variation is useful for survival of species or not. Okay, so do all these variations in a species have equal chances of surviving in the environment? Okay, so if variation is occurring in the environment, okay, so do all these variations have proper chance or equal chance of surviving? What do you think? The answer is no. Okay, nature doesn't promotes variations like as much. Drastic variations does not promote. Okay, so obviously not all variations have equal chance of surviving. Okay, suppose if there was a population of bacteria living in temperate water, and if the temperature were to be increased by global warming, most of this bacteria would die, but the few variants resistant to heat would survive and grow further. So here the variation has helped the organism to survive in high temperature. Okay, so drastic variations may not survive. The small variations may survive in a population or in a species, but drastic variations will not survive. Why? Because some of the variants might be so drastic, some of the variations might be so drastic that the new DNA copy cannot work in the cellular apparatus it inherits. Sometimes the DNA might be so drastically changed that it becomes non-functional. As a result, the cell will die. As a result, such newborn cell will simply die. So if there is a major change in the DNA, that organism will not be able to survive, okay, or that cell will not be able to survive. Some variations may survive for a long time, okay. So some DNA copies that would not lead to such drastic outcomes survives. So in those DNA copies where not much drastic changes has occurred, that DNA copies will survive. Surviving cells are similar but are cleverly different from each other, okay. This inbuilt tendency of variation during reproduction is the basis for evolution, okay. So this slowly accumulation of variation during reproduction is the basis or is the foundation of your evolution, okay. So we have studied about accumulation of variation during reproduction, that we have studied that in both asexual and sexual reproduction variation takes place, and these variations get accumulated through succeeding generation. And we studied also about variation is useful for the survival of species over time. So some variations are useful for survival of species, while if the variation is drastic, then that their DNA will not work and the cell will eventually die, okay. So that's all for today's class. Thank you. See you in the next class.